I hope you're having a great day. The human body, we have defense mechanisms built into us to help us prevent the onset of disease. And when we have a condition, it could be diabetes, it could be Alzheimer's, dementia, various different kinds of cancers. When we fall sick, we have these same set of mechanisms which are designed to protect us, to also possibly heal us and help us recover from illness. Now, these 5 mechanisms that I'm talking about today in the human body is number 1, your immune system. The first and last line of defense in the human body, your immune system, is designed to protect you. So right now, as I'm speaking to you, wherever you are breathing in germs and pathogens, and your immune system is recognizing them and doing what it has to do to protect you. We all have cancer cells in us, and our immune system's job is to make sure that these cancer cells do not start behaving abnormally, forming tumors, starting chain reactions, and spreading the cancer all along the body. Your first mechanism is your immune system. Your second defense mechanism is your DNA. Your DNA needs to be protected at all times. Sometimes excessive smoking, passive smoking, pollution, exposure to toxins, environmental changes, these basically impact our DNA. And if our DNA isn't protected the right way, our DNA can actually change. And then we have a change in our gene expression. And if our DNA changes, what can happen is certain genes can switch on and certain genes can actually switch off, leading to disease or preventing the recovery from disease. That is how important our DNA is, and it needs to be protected at all times. The third are your stem cells. You wouldn't be existing if there wasn't a stem cell. The sperm and the egg. A stem cell is formed, and the stem cell grows you into a fetus and into a baby and into a young adult. And stem cells grow your brain, your liver, your heart, your organ, your skin. So we need stem cells all the time to be working in our system. So people who go through bone issues, they're not producing stem cells, they start to degenerate rapidly. But stem cells is everything to do with human life. Then we have our microbiome, which is our gut, which we keep talking about all the time. You have poor gut health, you have poor immunity. You have bloating, you have indigestion, you have acidity, you have weight gain, you have skin issues, hair issues, and all of these sicknesses, because about 70 to 80% of your immune system is regulated and starts in your gut. And then the fifth, we have a process called angiogenesis, which is the ability of the body to grow new blood vessels. So your heart is constantly doing this. You find one blood vessel which is getting blocked. The heart, if it has the right environment, through angiogenesis is already building a new blood vessel to direct the blood flow away from the blocked artery into a new blood vessel. Angiogenesis, your hair. A lot of people who have alopecia, people who have hair fall, it's because they don't have the right system of angiogenesis working for them. The blood vessels aren't working the right way. So these 5 defense mechanisms is what makes up the human body. And we need to do everything that we can to maintain these mechanisms to work the right way. If there is a fault with even one of these mechanisms that I speak about, we have disease, or we start aging rapidly, or our skin starts changing. We start putting on weight. We have hormonal dysfunction and all of these things. Now, what can impact these 5 systems together? There is environment, the external environment around us, which means sunlight, the air that we breathe, the environment that surrounds us, toxic people, toxic relationships, bad workplaces, and all of these things form your external environment. Pesticides in food, chemicals in the air, pesticides in water, all of this is your external environment, which can have an impact on all these mechanisms we spoke about. And the internal environment, deeply rooted emotions, frustration, chronic anger, resentment, guilt, inability to forgive. All of these emotions control our internal environment. So for all the 5 mechanisms that I spoke about, for them to work the right way, we need to have the right external environment, and we have to have the right internal environment. Now, the external environment, a few things are within our control, but the internal environment, almost all of it is within our control. Now, what I'm talking about today is a master food list that we've taken months and months to prepare. All of these foods are scientifically proven to impact every one of the 5 mechanisms I spoke about. So we've put a food chart together, and in the thread of this video, we're going to share a link with you where you can go and download this PDF document. Now, once you've downloaded it, you want to put it up on your fridge, you want to put it up on your kitchen, you want to send it to your kids who are studying abroad, your family, because I'll tell you how to use this list. Now, you will have a master food list, which is categorized into your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts, your seeds, your beverages, your oils, and your spices, all of that stuff. Very important to understand that what you see on the list are the foods which can impact all of the 5 mechanisms that I spoke about. So if you're looking at prevention of disease, when you're looking at possible recovery of certain conditions, you want to use this list to plan your day. The rule of the list, which is also written on the list, is try to take 2 foods from each group every day. You can take more, but a minimum of 2. Now, all the foods in the list are the foods which can help you with the 5 defense mechanisms. If there are foods which are not on the list, it doesn't mean that you don't eat that. The foods on this list are directed towards these 5 mechanisms. You may find a lot of fruits and vegetables not on this list, but it doesn't mean you cannot have it. Now, when you put up this list in your kitchen, it becomes easier for you to decide your daily menu. So on Monday, I've decided to take these 2 fruits. On Tuesday, you may take another 2 fruits. On Tuesday, you may take these 2 nuts from that list. On Wednesday, you may take. So you have a whole list to help you plan your meals for the day, for your children, for your parents, for everyone else. Now, it's a reckoner for you to use. Again, disclaimer, as always, it's not going to solve your problems. Take medical advice if you have a condition and all of that stuff. But what I'm trying to say is we need to get smart about food, because if we're using food as medicine, when we say food is medicine, it doesn't mean you jump off all the meds that your doctors put you on. I'm saying these foods can help you alleviate certain symptoms in your body. They are highly anti-inflammatory to support your immune system, your microbiome, your stem cell regeneration, your DNA protection, angiogenesis, everything. And the beauty is when you look at these food groups, most of them are your common foods that you would eat every day, but we're not doing that. Your common spices, your common herbs, and all of these things. So now with this one list, you should be able to plan a daily menu for you to ensure that you, your kids, your parents, and everyone is getting at least some of these foods from this list in a week. And that's how we invest in ourselves when it comes to prevention, when it comes to healing or recovery from a particular condition. So all you need to do is, someone from my team will post the link. All you need to do is download it, take a printout, and put it up wherever you have to. So every day you can even reflect on the list. Like, did I have at least 2 of these foods from each of these groups? And the groups cover a balanced diet. It's got your fruits, it's got your vegetables, it's got your meats, it's got your seafood, it's got your beverages, it's got your spices, your herbs, your oils, it's got everything. If you're vegetarian, just don't do the non-vegetarian part. If you're vegan, omit the dairy part. If you're non-vegetarian, have everything on that list if it suits you. Okay, let's not make fights about the list and who's what. Everyone respects, whoever everyone is and what their eating habits are. The idea is to bring a discipline of food into your life, and this list has several different kinds of foods that you can use right now to impact your health and to impact your life. So again, before I end this video, there are 5 mechanisms in the human body. It is our responsibility to contribute to these mechanisms every single day. We don't get a break from that, because every second of the day that we're awake or while we're sleeping, these 5 mechanisms are working non-stop. So they need the nutrition, they need the energy that we need to feed from our external environment to keep the internal environment running. Angiogenesis, which is your blood vessel regeneration, you have your DNA protection, you have your microbiome, you have your immune system, and you have stem cells. So download the list, paste it up on your fridge, start adding it into your daily food. Now, if you put yourself into a box with certain fad diets, then this isn't going to work for you. Okay, and that'll also teach you a lesson that fad diets omit several classifications of food which are required for the mechanisms that we just spoke about. So people on fad diets, when they look at this list, they will suddenly realize how malnourished they are. And in this desperation to achieve quick weight loss and shortcuts and stuff like that, they are omitting one very important aspect, which is nourishing your cells. And that's why people who lose weight rapidly start getting sicknesses. They look older than other people. They lose their weight, but they lose everything along with that. So now how can you lose your weight, okay, and maintain your health at the same time? Now, the master food list that you see, it will work best when you also exercise daily, you sleep well at night, and you take care of your emotional health. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.